This car is absolutely incredible. The Alfa Romeo 4C. It started out as a road car. They made a Group 3 race car version, which then made a road car version of that Group 3 race car version. And I'm going to now make a race car version out of the race car, road car, race car version. And it's going to be fantastic. It's got a Suzuki engine swap in it, and we're going to actually dominate Le Mans World Touring Car 700. So the Le Mans World Touring Car 700, I'm going to run you through the exact strategy that you need to dominate this race right now. And at the end of the video, I'm going to run through the exact tune, and you can go and dominate this race for yourself. The first thing we do straight away, use fuel map number 6. We're going to use fuel map number 6 for the whole race, and we should be perfectly fine on fuel. We are going to be short shifting in this car, so just after the halfway on the shifter bar. This car is incredibly fun to drive. A lot of power, and it's a real driver's car. The car just moves around a little bit when you want it to. And power for days. Look at that, just checking out these guys. Absolutely no chance on these. A little downshift into third for this corner here. Float in nicely. Absolutely incredible to drive. The car just has a little playful character to it. Brake for this Tetra Rouge, and then flat out onto the Mulsanne straight. Lamborghini's got absolutely no chance with this engine. Now this engine revs up to 11,000 RPM, but in my testing I find that over the top of the curve for the torque and the RPM and the horsepower, I think it drops off a little bit. So up to 300 kilometers an hour. We're going to brake at the 200 board for the first chicane. And because we have a lot of revs available, a lot of headroom, we can really early on the downshifts get that car revving out. And look, we've got so much power over these other guys. Quick switch to the fuel map to check, and we can do 3 laps of fuel. Sorry, 3 laps on fuel in this car, which normally gets us into the window for the tyre change if weather is required. I'm going to switch to the weather radar now. Keep an eye on that one as the race goes on. Braking just after the 200 board for this chicane here, all the way down to second gear, and then getting on the gas on corner exit. Nice playful little corner exit there. The car can move around a little bit. If you're not comfortable with the car moving around, you can use traction control 1 or 2. It just gives you a little bit of margin of safety. As always guys, I'm playing this on hard difficulty. If you want to make it a bit easier for yourself, so just switch to easy. It's no penalty on the difficulty setting for the payout. Second gear for those slow corners. It's quite a smooth engine. It will build up the speed as you go through, but the engine's pretty smooth. So we're at 2.2 seconds off to leave this race already. We're just going to go past McEwen. Portilla is no chance at all. Sneak through to the inside there to the curb. Braking before you get to the corner. Downshift 1 for this kink. We're going to give you a bit of space here for the Suzuki ahead, and then all the way down to second gear for this corner here. Nicely playful on corner exit. Braking just before the second board, all the way down to first for this corner here. Bringing on the throttle on nicely. And the car sounds incredible. You can hear that scream of this Suzuki engine. What a fantastic car this is. Next in the final corner, cross lines complete lap number 1. And we're going to go sub 4 minutes on lap number 1. And we're already 4 seconds in the lead of this race. This car has got pace to spare. If you're using automatic transmission, then you may find the car is a lot more thirsty on fuel, because it will want to hang on to the gear changes a lot more. You can play with the gear ratios to try and make those gear changes happen a bit quicker. So we're shifting up quite early to all of the gears. A bit of short shifting saves fuel. Approaching the end of lap number 2, we can see a little bit of weather coming in, and we have just got enough fuel to go 1 lap longer. And I think because the weather looks not too heavy, I think we're going to go 1 lap longer on fuel. But honestly guys, the car's so fast we could pit every 2 laps without a problem at all. Almost dropped it on corner exit, and we're still going to pop in a very low 3 minutes 58 second lap, and that was far from an optimal lap time. with a hint of rain appearing now. The window wipers are on, but there's no moisture on the track. If you want to be safe, switch over your MFD to traction control and just put it on level 2 or level 3, maybe level 1. It just gives that level of safety. For me, I'm going to go without. It's fun, isn't it? Let's enjoy the sideways moments. And when you do want to have some fun, you can just rev it out and let the engine sing. It sounds incredible. I think it might be a little bit slower to rev it out though, guys. Certainly less efficient on fuel, and I don't want to run out of fuel before we finish lap number 3. End of the third lap now with 0.2 laps of fuel range. So this is going to be our pit lap. The interesting point here, there is weather coming in, but we're going to go probably with another set of racing hard tyres. Tough call, guys. The weather's coming in. You've got to play it by ear. Every race is completely different, but I am going to go risky. I'm going to go for another set of racing hard tyres. We're going to fill the tank of fuel. And while we've got a moment in the pits, guys, if you want anything from GT Omega, my fantastic racing seat, my superb sim racing cockpit is absolutely top notch. I've got an exclusive discount for you. CD5 on GT Omega's website gets you 5% off anything at GT Omega. GT Omega help me so I can help you guys get faster in Gran Turismo, earn more money and make fantastic race cars like this one here. So they're going to put a new set of racing hard tyres. I might have to pit earlier to go onto wet weather tyres or maybe intermediate tyres, but we're going to take a full tank of fuel anyway. Other cars in this race will also pit on lap number 3. I think it's only the Lamborghini that goes to lap number 4, and we should get at least one more lap in the dry. And then the rain is going to come in for sure. So guys, this is going to be, although it's a 30-minute timed race, it is essentially a 7-lap race. You never want to start the 8th lap. You always want to win on the 7th lap as close to 30 minutes as possible. And that basically means a 2-stop strategy when you've got a car that can do 3 laps of fuel like this build here. So we're safe to run 1 lap in the middle, and then we can fill up to get us to the end of the race. Although looking at the weather radar, I'm not sure we're ever going to get enough rain to be concerned about wet weather tyres. This game always likes to prove me wrong, so let's see how this one plays out. So looking at the weather radar and looking at the skies now, it's brightening up. I think we did the right call going another set of racing hard tyres. So with 5 minutes 40 on the race clock, end of lap number 6, 0.3 laps of fuel remaining. We're going to pit again. Looking at the weather, nothing to worry about with weather. Getting it stopped into the pit lane. You need to drive the pit lane at Le Mans, always remember that one. Set of fresh, honestly, we don't need, put tyres on if you want to, it's no problem, but we do need to put fuel in it. So we need one more lap of fuel. We're not going to cross the line to start our 8th lap. So just put 1.5 laps of fuel in it, that'll be fine. You could take tyres, it'll save you 4 seconds if you don't take tyres, but I probably would recommend taking tyres. It just gives you that margin for error, and in fact we're going to wait at the finish line anyway, so a bit stupid that I didn't take tyres, but it is what it is. We're all doing the testing. Just fuel in the car, half a tank of fuel, let's just keep it safe. And 4 minutes 42 remaining in the race. We can get around the track in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So we're going to have to wait at the finish line, which isn't a problem. We're 1 minute 27 ahead of all the other cars on the track right now. 7th lap now. We are going to arrive ahead of schedule and with not enough fuel to do an extra lap. Luckily we're 1 minute 37 seconds ahead. So we're just going to park up in front of the flag guy there, and we've got 40 seconds to wait. There's no way you can do this race any faster than this. It's a timed race. It's 30 minutes. If we were to cross the line, we've got to do another lap, and it'd be 30 minutes and 33 minutes. So we're just going to wait here patiently. play with our engine because we've got a brand new engine swap in this car. In fact, we're going to have a little look at the car now. What a fantastic car this is. This is the Alfa 4C, the Group 3 road car version. It's become a race car. 5 on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're going to get the win. 30 minutes and... what's it going to be? 30 minutes, 1 second, 0.278. Fastest lap time was a 3 minutes 58. I can do 3 minutes 57s. Let me know, guys, in the comments. When you try this out, let me know what lap times you can get. Let me know if your race time is as good as this one. You can't really get much better. Maybe you can risk going a little bit closer. Now we're going to look at the tune so you know exactly what goes into this car. So this is the car you want. It is the Alfa Romeo Group 3 road car version. It's 300,000 credits. It's not the Group 3 version, it's the Group 3 road version. And then you're going to want to take it to GT Auto and put the £325,000 credits, dollars, Suzuki V8 VGT Group 3 engine in this car. As far as car customization goes, I've obviously got the GT Omega Racing livery on it. The wheels, I've got the Rays, which ones are these? Volk Racing TE37XT wheels. I don't think it matters a great deal. And the custom parts for the rear wing, I've got the custom wing set. I think that allows a slightly higher downforce amount. And now for the actual tuning sheet. So I've got nothing really significantly installed. High RPM turbocharger is important. It just really makes that engine really scream. Coming down here, brake balance controller, I've got it set at -3. You can change that during the race, but I personally like -3. The other significant details here, running the racing hard tyres, front and rear. Downforce, you cannot change the front, but we're running at 300 at the rear. I think that's a ballpark kind of number. And you probably can get 300 downforce with the stock or no wing. So if you want to get a different look for your car, then feel free to go and use that. ECU is fully customizable, 100, no ballast on the car, no power restrictions. Here's an important one, the fully customizable racing transmission. When you're using the Suzuki engine, even though here the top speed is theoretically adjusted to 230 kilometers, we were easily going 300 plus kilometers an hour in the race because the setting for the customized transmission, this is based on the stock engine. Because the Suzuki V8 engine revs up to 11,000 RPM, the stock engine only revs up to 8,000 RPM. It allows you to go beyond what the calculated transmission ratio would be with a stock engine. So this number here is only relative for the stock engine. 230 is what I used. No nitrous overtake. Stiffs, I think I left them stock. You probably could fine tune them. I've got a dedicated video on my channel to that. Other stuff I left mostly stock. The biggest thing as well, ride height, I slammed it right down to the minimum on the front and 60 at the rear. The default setting for this Group 3 road car version is actually quite high. So that's going to be all of the settings on this fantastic car. If you haven't enjoyed this video so far, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Go and check out my lower video over there for engine swaps. That covers every engine swap available in Gran Turismo 7. I'll continue to add to that list. If you want to check out another money-making method, and up there is exactly what you need to do, go and check those out. Also, don't forget GT Omega 5% discount, CD5 at GT Omega, or check out links in the description below